What's up, everybody? Hi, my name is Tiffany and welcome to SugarNSpice TV. I know you guys are probably asking your minds, where is Tiffany's sister? Well, my sister and I, we decided to do two separate videos, not just one, but two separate videos for this topic. As you all can see by the title, we're going to be talking about number one, how do you know when you have fully let go of someone? And the second part of that is that if you haven't let go, how do you let go? All right, so sit back, relax. Like I said, I'm going to record my version of this video, and after this, make sure you go over and you listen to my sister's basically idea of these questions as well, and just comment and let us know what you guys think about this. All right, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right, so the first question was, how do you know when you have fully let go of someone? First off, let me just start off by saying I don't have a lot of experience with guys. Like you all probably have already known from our previous videos that, you know, my sister and I, we grew up in the church, and I've only had, out of my 28 years of life thus far, I've had one relationship, you can call it. I've had one relationship, and that was just about 4 years ago. This guy that I, had a relationship with, like I said, I've known him for a long time. Like I said, this is also the guy that I lost my virginity to. So this relationship was a big deal. It was a big deal because, like I said, number one, I grew up in the church, so I didn't have a lot of experience with relationships. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to really look out for. Even though you get taught these things in church, you need to be saved and all of this stuff. Life is different. You know what I'm saying? Life in itself. I mean, the church, you get kind of sheltered in the church, and then when life presents itself to you, that's when the real test is. And that's how it was for me. I grew up in the church. I knew right and wrong, but I was always just a curious little creature, a curious little girl. And basically, like I said, I met this guy. I lost my virginity to this guy. And it was a very deep chapter in my life. Number one, it was, like I said, being one with a person, being sexually attached to a person, and it was just a lot. It was just a lot to deal with. But I knew in my soul and in my spirit that this is not what God had for me. But I didn't know how to get out of it because I'm attached to this guy. I'm not only sexually attached, I'm emotionally attached to this guy. So I didn't know how to let go. I didn't know how to get out of it. So like I said, it was through time. I'm not going to tell you all everything. I would just be praying about it. I will be crying to God about it because I didn't feel at peace in this situation. I didn't feel like this was the best that God had for me. I didn't feel like, I was blessed. It was a blessed situation. It was just something that I felt like I was in that I needed to get out of, and I needed a way out. I didn't know how to get out myself, but I knew that I needed to get out of the situation. And I would begin to pray and ask God, Lord, give me a way out, give me a way out. Still going with this guy, still sleeping with this guy and all of this stuff. I knew in my mind that I needed to get out. And it was nothing but God. It was a few months later, this was in 2015, I believe, that he ended up moving to another city. And he wanted me to come down there and all of this stuff. And I was like this close to moving down there. I was not in my right mind. I was just not in my right mind. But anyway, he ended up moving away, and at first it was very hard. I mean, y'all, I was really gonna move down there, but it was nothing but God that gave me the strength, that he gave me my mind back to be able to make logical decisions. And ever since then, I have not talked to this guy. I've been able to move on, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself, just about humility, just about understanding life in itself, understanding men. Not like I'm an expert because this is just one guy, but enough to know how to make better decisions the next time. So that's what brings me into my first question, my first point. How do you know when you have fully let go of someone? Number one, you're going to have peace about the situation. Like I said in the beginning, it was hard for me. I'm not going to lie. I would cry a lot. I was angry. I was frustrated. I was sexually frustrated, having to be detached from someone that you have become one with. I would cry a lot. I was angry. I was angry at myself that I put myself in that position to lose my virginity. And it was just a lot that I didn't have the strength to accept about myself. And it was through time that God allowed me to be able to move past that. God gave me the peace that I needed to move past that. And it was just a blessing. I was just very thankful that God allowed me to do it. But I knew that I could not have done this had God not been in my life and people not praying for me. So that's number one, peace. You'll have peace about the situation. Number two, you're going to be able to accept your past as it is, and you're going to be able to turn the page of your life. Like I said in the beginning, it was hard for me to accept those things that I did in my life, especially growing up as a pastor's daughter. It was hard for me to accept that. You know, I was angry with myself that I allowed myself to get to that point, but I had to accept it, because if you don't learn to accept your mistakes, you cannot move on. And I knew that, Tiffany, in order for you to move on, in order for you to become the person that God wants you to be, I have to accept it. So I had to accept the fact that I lost my virginity. I had to accept the fact that, you know, I allowed some guy to, you know, manipulate me. I had to accept that, and I had to learn from that, and I had to turn the page. You know, so I'm thankful that today I've turned that page in my life and I'm able to move on and be at peace with that situation. So you have to accept it, whether you like how the situation ended or not. You have to accept that that's the way it was supposed to be, and that you've turned the page in the chapter that your life. The third thing that you know when you fully let go of someone is that you're able to enjoy your single time. You're able to enjoy your time being single, and enjoy your time with God. In this time, in this season of my life, before I could not do that, but I enjoy being single. You know, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, my flesh be kicking, y'all. I'll be like, Lord Jesus. But I have that strength, and I have that relationship with God where you know, I'm able to just knock it out, Lord help me, you know, or I go run or exercise or do what I need to do. But it's not to that point where I need him back in my life again. I'm incomplete without him. I'm content being single, you know. So that's the third thing. You're able to enjoy yourself being single without that person, and you're able to enjoy your time with you and God alone. Okay. The next thing was your hope becomes alive again. I know when I first let go of that guy, like I said, it was very, very, very hard for me. I was in my depression mode. I'm never going to find somebody in my life again. You know, I'm not going to be able to get in a relationship with again, and all of this type of stuff. I was just a big pity party. You know, I just had a big pity party. But through time, my hope came back again in love. I have hope in love again. You know, and I believe that, you know, one day that God will bless me with that knight in shining armor. But I believe that God will do that for me. Before, I didn't have that hope, you know, but it was through time that God gave me that hope again to look forward to that love in my life again. So those are my 4 tips on how you know that you have fully let go of someone. Now, the second phase of that question was, to those that have not let go, how do you let go? How do you let go? My first tip on that is, you must recognize first that you need to let this person go. If you don't recognize that this person needs to go, they will not go, and you will not let them go. For example, for me, I knew in my spirit, and you know, women, men, you know deep down in your soul if somebody is meant to be in your life. And you know deep down if you need to let them go. So you have to, number one, recognize that the person needs to leave your life. You have to recognize that they need to go, that they're affecting you, that you're not growing, you're not becoming a better person. You have to recognize that. You have to admit that. So that's the first thing. You have to admit that, yes, this person needs to go. The second step is prayer. You have to maintain some type of prayer life, some type of relationship with God to get that strength that you need to let that person go. I can tell you right now, you guys, if I didn't know God for myself, if I didn't have a stable relationship with God for myself, I would not have been able to let that guy go. I can tell you that right now. I would not have had the strength to let him go. But it was no one but God giving me the strength that I need, my prayer life that I needed to help me to let that person go, because God gave me that way out. Had it been just me trying to figure it out myself, I probably would have moved down there with that guy. I don't know where I would be at this point in my life. But I knew that I needed a way out, and I didn't have the keys to create that way out. God created that way out for me. And that way out for me was allowing him to move to another city. So yeah, and the next thing, which is the number 3 tip that I will give you all, is block, 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 block. What I mean by block, I mean your social media stuff. Oh my gosh, you guys. So whenever you end a relationship with somebody or you let go of somebody, the first thing that your intuition wants to do, you want to follow what they're doing. Did they move on? Did they find somebody better? How they doing? I mean, that's the first thing that filters through your mind whenever you let go or you break up with somebody. I'm not gonna lie, that was me. When I first let go of the guy or whatever like that, I would be going to his page, filtering through his pages, seeing if we got pictures with new people, new females, going through his Facebook page. I would block him, then unblock him, then block him again, then unblock him. And it was just a lot. It was a lot. But I knew that in order for me to fully let go of this dude, in order for me to move on to what God has as the best for me, I have to totally and fully let this guy go. That included blocking him from my Facebook, blocking him from my Instagram, blocking him from any social media that I even blocked his number from my phone. I mean, seriously, like if you really want to let go of somebody, you got to do what you got to do. And I'm talking about you got to do what you got to do. So, like I said, for the first part of it, it was hard because, like I said, I will block them and then I unblock them again, and I still be trying to write them on Facebook, and it was just a lot. And then I hate it when you memorize their phone number. That's just all messed up there. So it took me a while to kind of get his phone number from out of my brain. So it was just a lot. But that's the third tip that I will give you, is that if you're really serious about this thing and you know that you want to move on with your life and you know that you need to let go of this person, you need to make sure that you take this person off your social media. Because the more that you have that person on social media, the more you're going to get tempted to want to get back into that situation. My fourth tip on how to let go is to basically stay busy. Stay busy. When you're not busy, when you have just idle time, your mind will tend to wander, and it will tend to wander back into those situations that, you're trying to get yourself out of. I know the saying goes, an idle mind is a devil workshop. Yeah, when you're not doing anything, when you're not keeping yourself busy, keeping your mind stimulated, whether it be reading, writing, volunteering at a hospital, or keeping yourself busy, that idle time will tend to bring you back to the places that you're trying to get yourself out of. And I know for me, one thing that I've basically engulfed myself into, besides going to church or whatever, is modeling. A lot of doors have opened with my modeling that it keeps me busy. I mean, I'm constantly traveling, doing fashion shows here, doing photo shoots here, traveling to New York. And I'm blessed. I'm thankful for that, because if I said anything else, make sure you try to keep yourself busy. You know what I'm saying? So that you won't fall back into that pity party and wound up getting back into that situation that you're trying to escape. My fifth thing, my final tip for that subject is to basically, how do you let go of someone? Time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm not about to sit up here and sugarcoat it for you and make it sound like, oh, next day just let that person go, especially when you have indebted years and years and years with that person, when you've been sexually active with that person. I mean, you become one with that person, and I know it's hard to let go. It's hard to let go. I've been there. So you have to just allow time to take its course. Don't get mad. Don't get frustrated if you relapse. You block them, and then all of a sudden, a month later, y'all talking again, but deep down inside that you got to get out of this situation. Don't allow that to deter your focus on what you're trying to do. Talk to God about it. And that was how it was for me. Like I said, I would block this guy. I would let him go for a couple weeks. All of a sudden later, I'm texting him again. What you doing? You want to meet up and this and this and this. So you have to allow time to take its course. Allow time to heal you. Like the saying goes, time heals all things. I believe that saying is true, because with me, I would have never thought in a million years at that time that I would be able to let go of this guy. I would be able to have peace. I would be able to accept it and move on. I would have never thought that. But look at me now. Let time take its course. Don't try to rush it. Don't try to give up because you relapse and you feel like you can't let this guy go. Let time take its course. Take one day at a time. So yeah, you guys, like I said, I mean, you're going to have relapses. You may feel like giving up, but just know that God knows where you are. God knows how much you can bear. At that time, God knew how much I could bear. So don't give up, you guys. Don't give up. Do what you need to do. like I said, let go of that person, let go of that situation that is not allowing you to grow to become the man or woman that you're destined to be. You know, I believe that whomever God has for you to be in your life, whomever God has for me, they're going to uplift you. They're going to add to your life. You know, they're going to add to the destiny that you have for your life. You know, they're going to respect you. They're going to honor you for who you are. So if that's not what that person is doing and you don't see yourself growing to become a better person, you need to let them go. So thank you guys for joining me today in this video. I hope that you all got something out of this. So I want you guys to comment below. Let me know about you guys' experiences, you know, so we can encourage each other. I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let your brother know, your sister know, your aunt, your uncle, your mom, your dad. Let them know to subscribe to Sugar and Spice TV. You can find my sister and I on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. I will leave all of that in the link, okay? So I love you guys. Take care. God bless. Bye.